I can't wait to see them. Me too, Lily agreed. But I hope it won't be too difficult for Bridget to see me like this, and the twins. Kathleen wasn't sure how Bridget would cope, but knowing her sister, she would be happy for Lily. You know, Bridget, she won't let anything dim her joy for Charlie and you. It's not your fault she can't have children. I know, but it's hard to accept that. She is such a natural mother. I wish things had worked out differently for her. So do I, but at least she is alive. We have to count our blessings, Kathleen responded. But did she really believe what she was saying? It was difficult to accept God's will sometimes. Some people had children so easily, even those that didn't want them. Others, like Bridget and Carl, who desperately wanted to be parents, couldn't. They heard sounds of children fighting upstairs in the bedrooms. Kathleen stood up. You stay where you are and rest. I will see what's going on. Are you hungry? Can I fetch you a sandwich? Lily laughed. I know you all think I am a glutton, but I can't help it. I am starving all the time now. A sandwich sounds good. Can you ask Cook to put in some of her pickle and some apple slices with the ham? Kathleen rolled her eyes. Lily's unusual sandwich combinations made everyone smile, but Cook insisted on making them just the way Lily asked, regardless of how stomach-churning they seemed to everyone else. Chapter 3. The children had finally settled down for the evening, and Lily had enjoyed her pickle, apple and ham sandwich. Kathleen had settled for a plain ham and was sitting at the fire, toasting her feet. Charlie would arrive soon to take Lily home. She glanced at the pile of presents on the table. Do you think we will have enough for all of them? Kathleen asked, her teeth nibbling her lower lip. Kathleen, the children will be thrilled. Most of them haven't seen an orange before, let alone had a whole one to themselves. Cook is baking sweets. She let me taste her chocolate fudge, and it is amazing. Those are the presents the kids will like most. They may benefit from the socks and gloves and warm underclothes, but they won't be jumping up and down with excitement because they got an extra pair of socks. Kathleen knew Lily was right, but she wanted this Christmas to be perfect. Only George, one of the orphans who had lost his parents to the cholera outbreak and was currently living at the sanctuary, had seen a Christmas tree before and remembered getting gifts from Santa. The other children didn't have such nice memories. They would be leaving New York in January on the next orphan train, and she wanted them to leave with good memories. Have you finished the paperwork for Father Nelson, Kathleen? I have the cards for the new orphans to do yet, but the rest is done. I have made a list of all the placements we made in the last year. Thankfully, Bridget and Carl adopted their own recommendations and kept such records. It's a pity it took the committee so long to agree to their suggestions. Yes, it is, but committees take a long time to agree on anything. Charlie went to a few of the meetings, and he said they seemed most worried about the extra costs involved in checking on the children placed with families. Kathleen sighed. Her sister and brother-in-law had come up with several recommendations to protect the orphans leaving New York and other places. Having seen for themselves how hit and miss the placements could be, they had suggested to Father Nelson and his co-committee members different ways to protect the children. But it always came down to a question of money. Some people believe money was more important than a child. Can't they see we would have fewer orphans running away if the families were vetted before the children were placed? I know it isn't realistic to check on every family who takes a child, but I believe Carl was right when he said the mere threat of being checked on would be enough to ensure some families treat the children better. We have to accept small victories, Lily told her. The committee agreed to the families being vetted by the senior members of the town, be it the priest, pastor or mayor. Each child will have a record of their placement now, so they can be traced in the future should family members appear. It is better than it used to be. But it isn't perfect. There are still families taking children who shouldn't own a skunk. Lily smiled at the reference before moving forward, a serious expression on her face. Nothing is ever perfect, Kathleen. We have to work with what we have and be grateful for forward-thinking people like Carl and others for pushing good ideas through.